Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. The Irish Spaghetti Podcast. Like and subscribe. Please enjoy the show.
You took a lot of weight off of this computer. I don't think it's going anywhere.
All right. All righty then. 5 seconds of silence.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Irish Spaghetti Podcast. We're your hosts, Billy G, Nikki P. Nick, how are you?
Never better in all of my days. I'm good today.
Haven't we mastered that like
Yes.
crazy, right?
It just happens now.
Yeah.
No thought.
Your last one, it's funny because you were all amped up and I didn't know if you were going to give a natural response and you did. It was
We
perfect.
don't lie, dude.
No,
We
God,
don't lie.
no. It was honestly perfect.
I
It
was
was beautiful.
fucking upset that day, and I was a piece of shit, and that's what it was.
I forgot who I talked. God, who was I talking to? But I said, Pisani. I was like, a question. How is Nick? Because I knew he came in that day, right? And he's like, he was a little fired up that day. And I was like, I know, dude. I was like, I was with him in the morning. I was like, I know it couldn't have gotten better coming here.
No,
You know
I was
what
heated,
mean?
bro. When I
Yeah.
walked in, I was just breathing heavy. I'm just like,
And I heard it was a shit show too.
it was atrocious.
Yeah.
It was everything I thought it would be. If you go back and watch the last episode and you hear me talk about what it's going to be, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was right about everything.
We have, obviously it's like driven towards sports because we got the huge TVs at our restaurant. Today, the Astros won, and I only know that because I had a 14 top of Astros fans, and I truly believe my tip was riding on if they won or not.
It usually is.
Yeah, when they closed it out, when the Astros won, I was literally, dude, I was like on the ground, like crying. You would have thought I won the World Series, dude. Like I hit like a grand slam to bring it home and win the World Series. I was sitting there going, "Oh, thank you, dude." I was pointing. They hated me at first. I was pointing at them. They're all pointing back. I'm like, yeah. Astros, baby. I could not care less.
I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, my mom.
Dude, I was nervous the whole game, and then one of the guys he hit a home run, and there was 2 on base, so he brought it back, and they closed out. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Is that a grand slam? No.
No. But what I'm saying, a grand slam, there was 2 on base and he hit a home run. Okay. That's why I said I'd hit a grand slam, and you would have thought that I would.
What? Bases
loaded,
home
and
run.
you hit it and a home
run.
So
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 runs, and that's a lot.
Shows
dude.
you how much I know about sports in
there
general.
There you go. All good.
Speaking of sports.
Yeah.
Now, what's on the docket, man? You want to do fight talk?
Yeah. Well, here, I'll tell you what. We could do fight talk, but before that, just bringing up 2 guys wrestling around.
Okay.
Jim Norton got married today, and I'm actually
that
really.
was a great setup.
I
didn't know where you were going with it. That could have fit like 3 topics.
Exactly. Isn't that wonderful, right? We love Jim Norton. I think his. Look, man, whatever. The Jim and Sam show sucks, but who cares? I mean, whatever. I mean, that's just because I'm maybe it's good, but I'm such a huge O&A fan.
No,
that
it sucks.
Seeing them bother it.
Jimmy rules. Sam is atrocious, and that's what
I always hated Sam.
Well, you
right?
have one guy that's amazing, and then one guy that brings him down.
Yeah,
it's terrible, man.
And it was hard watching like Sam. I was like, they used to Sam he'd come in and he'd have some interesting bits. He's the one who like came up with Jocktober, stuff like that. But he was like, you'd only get a little small dose of him, and when he would talk too much, you get annoyed. You get fucking Sam or get him out of there. You know what I mean? Now it's like he has to have the confidence to go in there and make and earn that seat. So it's him, going off on his topics and going on. It's like, God, you suck, dude. I hate it.
Sam Roberts, he was only good when he was being made fun of or brought in as a side character.
Like when and like the stuff that like the revelations, like how they thought he was gonna be a pygmy. And so the doctors gave his family human growth hormones for him when he was a little kid, so he's on this. So why he has that Neanderthal head is because it was literally it was evolution trying to catch up with him.
So that's why he looks like Eric Stoltz?
That's why he looks like that,
in the
bro.
fucking mask.
Yes, he would have been
Patrice
under
said he looks like a black guy, right?
Yeah.
He was white. That was him, yeah?
Yeah, he looked, well, dude, honestly, seriously, the flared out nostrils, the cotton hair, dude, honestly, he was a Neanderthal.
Did they inject the shots into his lips and nose?
Dude, he was this, and it was funny. Remember his diet?
Got a beak.
Yeah, remember you eat anything except for chicken nuggets and Oreos. like they wanted to bring him to like, listen, man, I don't eat steak, but I'll eat a good dinner. I remember they wanted to bring him out, and he would like bring a lunch. If they were all going out, he would bring a lunch, and he'd have chicken nuggets, like freezer chicken nuggets, and he'd bring them.
I want to talk shit, but I feel like that's exactly what you would do.
Yeah.
You eat like a child.
Yeah. No doubt I eat like a child. Well, here's the thing. I don't eat steak, and that blows people away.
Never?
But I'll listen. If
I'm blown. I didn't know this.
Yeah, I don't eat steak. Well, remember when Jenny wanted to bring us to Texas Day, Brazil?
Yes.
It would have been a waste. It would have been a waste. I
didn't know it was
because
you didn't eat steak. I just thought it was because you don't care about nice things.
Yeah, well, that too. But it's like, dude, I couldn't take going to a steakhouse, paying for a seat for me for whatever $150 because I think that's how you do it. Like you prepay Texas Day Brazil, and then they break cuts over and stuff like that, and then I'm just eating like a side or something like that.
You don't like steak?
I don't like steak. I
don't believe it.
I've had beautiful cuts of steak in front of me in life, and
no.
I just don't like steak.
Will you do me a favor? Just not eat a steak. Just let me get you a steak and just take one bite.
Sure.
Just so I can see if I'm right, because I'm confident.
I've had good steaks.
No, dude, you never had a good steak.
Telling you, man, I just never liked it. I how about this? It might be
cube steak.
It might be good. Cube steak.
You have to tenderize it for an hour and a half.
I got specially cooked Chef Salisbury.
That's
not just joking.
That's
Salisbury
garbage.
steak.
Yeah.
Not fucking around. No. But I'm totally missing. But listen, I might like it. It might be good, but it's just not a go-to thing for me. Like I would never eat it just to eat it.
That's why you're chronically flaccid.
I know, pretty much, bro. Yeah, and that's steak. It's like it's good vitamins and stuff like that. I always ate like burgers and shit.
Red meat is the most nutritious and healthy thing you could possibly put into your body.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it's like, I eat burgers. Like I'd have cheese
Burgers
smothered
are
on them
fine.
and bacon.
All the rest
bread
is garbage.
Yeah, exactly. It's what's wrapped around the burger. But I just never like, I never would think like you know what?
Reese's peanut butter cups
on top of them. I never, sat there and was like, you know what I want right now? Fucking steak. It just was never gonna happen. Never.
Every time a steak is even put in front of me, I start salivating. I get primal. Like there's something that happens.
Yeah.
Like a vampire next to someone, like
sitting there,
just like you just see.
Watching that, when a vampire watches like the girl's neck, and it's like
they're
pulsating.
trying to hold back, and they're just like.
Yeah,
and she looks. He's like,
they do the thing where they breathe in the air, and their eyes are all like that white shit. Yeah, I do that for chicken nuggets and Oreos, like.
Man.
No, but yeah, Jimmy got married today. He finally cashed in. I bet they're both wearing like cock rings with diamonds on them and shit. Like
I now pronounce you man and husband.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and it's weird because like.
So he married a transvestite.
Big dude too. Like the guy, like whoever's dressed up like the tranny. It's a big tall. Either that or Jim's tiny, but I thought Jim was pretty average height. It's a big tall dude. It looked like a model type.
Why do you think this is all just speculation? Obviously, why do you think he got married? You could just date her. You could just be whatever.
I think he's getting old. I think he's getting up there. I don't think he wants to be alone. I think he's very dirty. Like I know he's always had a dirty mind. You could just tell that by it's not like some
that actually. This is making more sense. Yeah. It's like how do you live that dirtbag life at your age and get new people to do it all the time?
Yeah.
At some point you have to just like buy the cow.
Well, you just start looking like a bull. You just start looking like it's gross. It gets dirty after a while, and then he's looking old. He's adding some years to him.
He looks
you know what
exactly
I mean?
the same.
Yeah. Well, you seen that picture? I mean, but there was listen, he's always had that old man, like, you know what I mean? Say, but
he has the thin
now
jaw.
It's just coming. There's no neckline.
The lips pucker a certain way.
Yeah.
Like if you took your teeth out.
Yeah, and honestly, I think he's made plenty of money. I think that we're beyond. He's beyond getting his balls broke for marrying her. Like, listen, whatever needs to be said.
No one
Jim's,
cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. Whatever. I think he doesn't want to be alone, so he's getting up there. So he's like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Listen, Jimmy Norton, I wish you all the happiness
best
in the world.
You've brought so many laughs to us. Good for you, buddy.
He's
enjoy
great.
it. Yeah, enjoy.
Marry her or him or whatever. Get rid of Sam.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah, you guys do a show together. She'll have more insight than Sam.
It's called Jim and Jim.
Jim and Jimmy. Just staying on topic a little bit. Anthony Cumia is out of the hospital. Again, we want to wish him the best. We're glad you're out, buddy. We hope you're doing good.
Yes. Just wanted to give you more well wishes, and we're glad that there's forward motion progress.
Exactly.
Welcome back, buddy.
We got big fights happening tomorrow. This card was supposed to be only half as good, and now it turned into amazing, right?
Dude, this is one of the best cards ever. I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, it's UFC this time. We have We have Alexander Volkanovski the Great versus Islam Makhachev 2, the rematch. He took it on like 10 days' notice. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah.
And then we have Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev.
With a full camp, you think Alex is just going to...
He doesn't have a
so
full
good.
camp. He's doing 10 days notice.
Oh, he's the no
He's
wonder.
the one.
So he's the one who stepped in at the last second.
That's why
because he was
going
going to fight Charles Oliveira or something like that. Yeah.
So they he got injured in camp or whatever. So they switched it out, and Alexander took the fucking fight on 10 days notice.
Dude.
And so here's the thing: there's like the common whatever tropes, if you will. Everyone's like, oh, he has a built-in excuse.
Yeah.
If he loses, he could say he didn't have a full camp. He knows he's going to get beat.
Yeah.
He's just doing it for the money. Nope. I think he's doing it because he is that great. He believes he's going to win. I think he thinks he's going to add to his legacy having that story.
Well,
and I think he's going to win.
Well, also,
I think he's going to win.
It's like, all right, him making weight already and stuff like that. When you're at that level, it's not like, you have that much downtime. He's still training every day. He's still staying fit. He's still doing everything he needs to do. It might not be down to the book, but I mean, if he's been doing, his normal routine for this long and he's been staying hard and in shape and stuff like that, he still has a chance. He's a monster.
Also, there's something to be said for, I prepared for another guy for 6 months or 3 months or whatever the camp would be.
Yeah.
But also, he is a fighter. It's not like he doesn't know how to fight now.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
a world-class fighter, and he already fought this guy. So he already has like the experience behind it as well. He doesn't need a full camp to train for Islam Makhachev. He already knows it. If he's in shape, he's ready to fight. That's it.
And with this in his mind to take it on such short notice, I think he knows something.
Dude,
I think he's like, dude.
Not
like,
even that he knows something. I think that
yeah.
he just believes in himself and he knows what he's capable of. And I think that this time, not only is he going to win, he's going to win way more decisively than the first fight. But you never know. MMA, I'm not the best at predicting. I'm better at boxing.
Well, it's just like anything, dude.
Anything
Professional
can happen,
sports, it always switches around.
Yes.
We also thought Dylan Dennis was actually going to fight. He didn't even fight.
Dude, he just, it was embarrassing.
It was just put his hands up. It was pathetic.
Enough of Dylan Dennis, dude. Get out of here, man.
All right, sorry.
I enjoyed him through the press conferences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was very entertaining, whatever. Then he shows up and does that dumb shit, lays on his back in the missionary position.
I'm sorry for even bringing him up because he should never be brought up in a conversation.
Never again.
Ever. He's done.
The only thing he is a troll. He's a professional troll. He's not even a professional anything else.
All right, well, what about Usman?
Usman is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I think that Khamzat Chimaev is the truth.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the most terrifying and dangerous fighters out there. But so is Usman. But also Usman got knocked out, lost his last fight.
Yeah.
He's getting older. His knees are shit. He's not the same guy. So it's really a tall task. But I will say this. You cannot write off Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
You can't write him off. That guy's got a championship mentality through and through. He's a consummate professional. He is dangerous. He's got crazy experience. But he's in there with a prodigy of a guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, people are going to say that if Khamzat beats him, like if it's a close fight, that, imagine if Usman was in his prime, blah, blah, blah. And that's fair. But also it's Usman, dude. And Khamzat is that good, but no one's, what's the word? No one's fucking...
unbeatable?
No one's invincible, man.
Invincible,
Yeah, like when he fought Gilbert Burns, it was a war, man.
Yeah.
It was a war. Anyone is human. Anyone can be beat.
Well, didn't we think just Leon Edwards was just his kryptonite? Like the dude just had his number.
He didn't have his number. He got his ass whooped by Usman
and then
the
threw
entire
that
time.
head kick.
Dude,
and
the head, that's pretty much it. He got beat up twice, basically, by Kamaru Usman. Like, it's just...
Wait a minute. The second one, too?
The second one's when he got knocked out. But even in the first one, sorry. The first one's when he got knocked out. He whooped his...
that's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You're right. So he whooped his ass through the entire first fight, then got knocked out by a head kick. Then the second fight, he wasn't the same, was a little bit reserved, didn't fight the same way, and got beat. But he would have never lost to Leon Edwards if it wasn't for that head kick, man. But also, like, you're throwing punches. It's chaos. You're going to get clipped. Something can happen. Anything can happen in a fight.
Sure. Coming back from that can't be. But now he's going in there with Hazmat, who's a fucking monster, dude.
But what does it say?
Who his wrestling's ridiculous. His power. He's crazy.
He's gifted.
I still
He's
say
good on
Hazmat's
the feet.
taking this no matter
Dude,
what.
he's got great hand speed.
Yeah.
He's got great power. He's got great timing. He's got great instincts. He got great wrestling. He's a killer. He could take a punch. That guy has it all, man. I'm a fan. I love that guy.
It'd be kind of cool to see
He's a crazy
Usman
bastard.
take the upset. You know what I mean?
Anything's possible, man. It's all possible.
And then what happens for him from here? You know, it's like you still got that Leon Edwards blemish on your record. You know what I mean?
If
like,
I'm Usman, then you got to fight Edwards one more time.
Again, yes. Now you've just beat the unbeatable. So let's go.
But when you fight Edwards, you have to fight with all the stops pulled out.
Fucking get out of your head.
You have to bury that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then you ride off into the sunset, man.
Boom. Dude, that'd be a cool story. That'd be a cool ending. So
great ending.
I'm going Volkanovski, and I'm still going Hazmat, but that'd be kind of cool to see Usman come.
I got the same. But also, I wouldn't be shocked if Usman pulled it off because he's a gangster.
That's what makes this card so great. Is you got 4 guys that we've been talking about for years. Where it's like, oh my God, there's amazing. Everyone amazing.
I think Islam Makhachev is overrated personally. Not that he's not good, not that he's not strong and dangerous, but it's like, let's put it this way. The shadow of Khabib and what he's done, now it lays on these other fighters that have similar names.
Well, that's exactly what you think. So you just think of Khabib.
Yeah, you just think that Khabib could do it, and these guys are different. They're all built different. But no, Khabib is different.
Yeah.
Khabib is different. This guy is great. He's strong, but he also got knocked out already.
That recipe is just different.
It's been beat.
It's like, I feel like these guys from birth, they're just kind of like Spartans. Like, it's like they're just born to, and just like, you're training. They train their whole life. Yeah. And then, they've had time now where UFC's been around long enough where these 22-year-old kids were just babies when it started, and then it's like, okay, well, you're gonna do this, and they keep them in there in the gym since they're little kids. And
there's
stuff
videos
like that.
of Khabib wrestling bears.
It's like, you ate snow.
Remember that?
Yeah. You ate snow last night for dinner. Do you want to keep doing that? Then get in there and train. You know what I mean?
Snow was yellow,
and I pissed in it just for you, baby boy. The fucking kids just like.
But Volk is the man.
Yeah, Volk is the man.
I love Volkanovski.
I love that guy.
I hope he wins.
Yeah. Even his little setup, like, I just like how he looks.
Quick honorable mention on the Fight Talk side, Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. What do you think?
Fury, 100%. It's a boxing match, right?
It's going to be the most one-sided ass-whooping the world has ever seen.
Yeah,
and I'm glad that it's Fury and Ngannou because like all these other like crossover fights, it's like not the right guy that's doing it. Like even Mayweather and McGregor, that was a great fight. Mayweather carried him for 6-7 rounds. He did that on purpose. He could have done whatever he wanted in that ring, and he just made it entertaining, gave the fans their money. People get mad and they argue about that, but it's true. He even said it before the fight. He said exactly how that fight was going to play out word for word. I'll show you the clip.
I always put white guy blinders on. Like, I literally before that fight was like, you know what, dude? I think Conor's gonna do it. I'm sorry. I know.
No, I get it,
dude. After McGregor,
it's boxing, man.
After what Mayweather did it, I remember thinking in my head, why did I think he was gonna...
Dude, let's put it this way. Let Conor McGregor fight a crossover fight again and put him in there with Canelo, and you'll see the truth. Because Canelo's not about like just giving the fans their money. Where
kill him.
He's an aggressive fighter naturally. He knocks everybody out. He comes for blood. He breaks bones.
He'd hurt him, right?
He's going to fucking murder
Mayweather is a nice guy, and he knows, you know what I mean?
He's also not that type of fighter. Mayweather, he'll beat you on points. He'll outbox you. He'll stick and move. He'll do all that shit.
Pictures with the fans.
Dude.
Dab you up at the end.
No,
Canelo's going to hurt you. He's going to kill you.
He's going to destroy your soul and your body.
Like, I remember, I forgot who was calling him out, but I think Jake Paul was already calling him out. It's like, dude, listen, you're playing with your life. He's going to, dude, I don't think he cares if you die.
These guys don't realize how different it is. Yeah, when you have a guy who's a natural puncher, who's aggressive by nature, you know what I mean? He's going to come forward. He's going to beat you up. He's going to walk you down and fuck you up.
And I'm not saying that Mayweather can't do that. I'm saying that he wouldn't. It's a big,
Well, let's put it this way. He can do it, and he also can't do it. He could do it, but he can't do it like Canelo.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that kind of power.
Not to mention his hands after all those fights. Yeah.
Canelo can hit. Dude, go back. For any of you out there that don't know what Canelo's capable of, go back and watch him knock out Sergey Kovalev with the greatest straight right hand I've ever seen thrown. He crumbled that guy like a fucking lawn chair. He folded him in half. It was nuts.
We always go back. We were watching Roy Jones highlights the other day. Just the speed and tenacity was just so ridiculous. I always go back and watch like the highlights of like the greats, like Mike Tyson highlights. I think I've seen every highlight reel that guy's ever done, and I just think in my head it's like him hitting these guys so hard was terrifying. And I remember the one guy that was taking the beating, like it was just obviously it was one side, but like like there you go, like we're talking about like Nate Diaz, like being able to take the beating, and God forbid they ever gas out. And Tyson in his prime, he was nowhere near tired. He's just tagging the dude until the ref finally was like, "Done, you're done. You're gonna die here. Stop this."
Literally,
yeah. Like listen, you're tough. We get it. You're tough. You're taking, but you're gonna die. Like your brain
Mike
is probably
Tyson, man.
God,
I feel my knuckle
great.
piercing through the tight leather glove. My knuckle, so they can feel my knuckle through the tight leather glove. He's a fucking lunatic, dude.
I loved him so much.
I still love him.
Yeah,
he's the best.
Yeah, I really do, man.
So Tyson Fury by murder.
Yeah, Tyson Fury.
Volkanovski by either stoppage or decision, and then I got Hamzat probably winning by stoppage, honestly.
Dude, the only thing that was...
Well, actually, no. I'm going to take that back because it's a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
So he might get out of it without getting knocked out, but it's also very possible that he gets knocked out or beat up or stopped or body slammed on his fucking head.
The only way that...
Did you see Hamzat pick up DC like he was a baby?
Yeah.
Amazing.
sick. And DC is a big fat fuck.
big dude.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's ridiculous. Yeah.
He's also wide and awkward, and he still was like,
Yeah,
me,"
like
and just picked him up.
He's one of those guys where like if you work, you're like, hey, pick me up. You're gonna have trouble like finding
Like,
an
where do I
angle.
grab
Yeah,
him?
like you're like, okay, maybe I could grab by your knees, like grab your butt, and like kind of like go like that. You know, you're like you can't just fireman carry that.
That
dude.
reminds me,
Yeah.
to your point, like Chael Sonnen was talking about Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev, and they were like, oh, he couldn't choke him out, and he was like, Volkanovski has no neck.
Yeah.
He's like, how do you choke out a bowling ball?
Just sliding down.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, the only one that was ever gonna beat Tyson Fury was birth. Like he like looking at a child that looks like that, and you just think in your head like, how did it survive? You know what I mean? But if that fucker grows up and you get a thing like Tyson Fury, like
A
this
mutant monster?
yeah, this ogre that's just
dance?
coming at you like
Like
if he's
Muhammad Ali, dude.
for real. It's insane, dude. It's
He weighs
insane.
320
I'm doing the
pounds,
insane
dude.
thing.
Oh, you guys don't know about this. We always critique ourselves after every show, and we always pick up like things that we say too many times.
Yeah.
This is insane. And
Well,
now he's just
crazy and insane.
crazy and insane.
And it's funny, the irony, because I'm just sitting there going, I look like a crazy, insane asshole saying this over and over again. Like, I just, but it's filler. We talk a lot, so it's filler. You know what I mean? It's just chum for nothing,
What do we
There's
got?
nothing, but I could tell you this.
Guys, we refuse to talk about mainstream bullshit all the time, like
won't-
the Israel
yeah.
Hamas thing. Like, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
That's all I could say
Like,
about
what do
that.
I
We don't
really-
want to cover
Yeah,
that.
I don't want to talk about Jada
It's comedy
anymore.
forward. Fuck Jada and
Yeah.
Will. I don't give a shit about them at all.
No,
Enough.
No. And it's like, obviously now you could tell that he just likes taking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so does
He's a
Jimmy.
cuck. Yeah. You see? Yeah, but at least Jimmy's real about it. You know what I mean? Can we talk about the kids? You
The
know
kids.
what? Yeah, because all right, so they had a big trip the other night, and you know who does a lot of trips?
We're
Is
talking about
that-
mushrooms.
Yeah. You know who does a lot of trips is Jaden Smith. Like that.
Really?
Dude, what do you think that kid gets? Like, do you think like that kid gets drugs from like, like he could like think about this. Like, think of having this endless pool of money because your parents are fucked and you could do whatever you want. Like, do you
Drugs
think he
only
gets?
get so good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying, do you have access to the same drugs that kid has? access to?
110%.
You know what I
On
mean?
mushrooms, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I used to see Snoop Dogg smoking weed when I was a kid. That weed that looked like weed I've never seen
Well,
before.
back then it probably was, but now you just go to a dispensary and buy the finest.
Yeah, like the penis envies that you like say. I'm sure he probably does the same thing because that's what a lot of those guys are writing about and shit like that.
Yeah,
you know what I
you
mean?
can't get better ones.
Yeah.
Also, maybe with like synthetic drugs, like mushrooms are natural.
Yeah.
Maybe with something that you create, like you can get like stronger meth or stronger coke or.
Do they
whatever
do
the
new
fuck it is.
strains with mushrooms?
There's a million different strains or whatever, but they're all natural. They're all tried and true. It's nothing weird.
Yeah.
It's nothing weird like that. You just you grow the mushrooms and then you dry them like with like a beef jerky dryer or some shit like that, and then the psilocybin's in there. It's the psilocybin.
A tanning rack?
You don't
use
create,
a tanning rack
kind
for
of.
that?
You don't create psilocybin. It's just in the mushrooms. Like it's not like.
And
if
is
you
that
make,
is that your T? Is that basically THC? Is that like
Think
the
of it that
level
way.
of that?
Think
yeah.
of it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The psilocybin is what does it.
So if you smoked during a lot of psilocybin in this, right?
If you smoked it, I don't know what would happen.
You've got to do the same thing, no?
You just eat them.
Or is it? No, I'm saying, but can you smoke them?
I've never tried. I've never heard of it. I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Like congestions, or indigestions, or
From what I understand,
Yeah,
I've never heard of
okay,
anyone.
okay.
You can make tea out of them.
oh yeah.
You can make extract, if you will, like tea. Tea's an extract.
On that movie Midsummer, they were doing the tea out of it.
A piece of shit movie.
Yeah, I love that fucking movie.
I've never seen that one, actually. I'm just happy.
That one's a good one. He refuses to watch it because he hated Hereditary. So
dude.
bad.
What a fucking
But
turd.
Midsummer's a different one, man. I think you actually might appreciate that movie. Actually, you might appreciate the movie. I'm telling you.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Did you
That one.
finish? Did you finish Winnie the Pooh? Blood
Not
and
yet, but
Honey?
it's on my thing. You don't
have to lie to me. Just ask me this. You watched like 30 minutes. You said, right?
20 minutes of it.
Were you entertained?
Yes.
Did you find it like fucking crazy and
Absolutely.
mind blowing? Like that? You can't believe you're watching this.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I'm like, I can't believe this exists.
I was high as a kite when I was watching that night, but you know what I did see? I saw like the cliche 80s movie stuff. Like the girl was in the hot tub and the titties
Yes.
are out and they do it.
They did it all.
I really enjoyed.
Oh, you saw the hot tub?
Yeah.
Do you see him behind it?
Yeah.
With the Winnie the Pooh head?
Yeah, when they're saying, I really enjoyed the fact that they made it like into a slasher too, like the gore that you got out of it.
It was like
and
Scream.
the entire time you're thinking, that's fucking Piglet.
The
doing
the
this.
best is
Yeah.
that he's using Pooh and Piglet's names as Pooh and Piglet, and he's saying with such passion. He's like, Piglet, no.
Yeah.
Piglet. It's surreal. It's surreal.
You know what
when he's choking his wife out with the fucking chain.
That chain going off. You know what I saw too, man? Just like going back to these, like Scream kind of changed horror movies for a long time because like that same
did it really?
Yeah, because like I mean there was only so much blood you could see, and then the psychologicals have been around, but there wasn't really too many good ones. Maybe Silence of the Lambs for the 90s and stuff like that. Scream kind of turned it like so you started getting all these teen movies. Dude, they were fucking good. Like these teenager movies are good. I watched Final Destination.
I love the first one.
Yes,
the first one is a good
that kid
movie.
Sawa, whatever his name is, that was incredible. What an incredible movie. Yeah,
the scene in the kitchen.
Yeah,
the kitchen scene. Remember when he's in the car and you see the black mist come over the car?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like
the first one is fantastic.
I like the plane. Like he freaked out.
The plane was amazing.
And you saw Stifler, Scott, whatever that dude's name is.
Sean
William Scott, and he's watching out the window, and the windows blow out, and boom. You know what I mean? It was so good. It was
wakes
really
up.
It's Wes Craven, man.
That's a great movie.
So you saw Wes Craven want to like really turn things around. He changed it up. But it's funny, man, because we would rent those when we were kids from like Hollywood Video and Blockbuster and stuff like that. And I just thought they were so
when
cool.
that movie came out, it was a phenomenon. Like no one had ever seen shit like that before. So back to you remember how I was doing the 80s movies kicks?
Yeah.
So the last night or whatever, me and Jenny started watching the first Poltergeist. I've never seen it.
Oh, dude, watch number 2 too. That was one of the when they say sequels suck. Yeah,
was
Poltergeist
it good?
2 was good.
I'll watch it. I couldn't believe how good and entertaining of a movie it was.
Yeah,
it's a phenomenal
movie.
That's
what's his name? The Jewish director who's Jaws.
Which one? Spielberg.
That's Spielberg.
The Jewish director.
He did a horror movie. That was like one of his first horror movies. He did a fucking amazing job. I wish he would have did a couple more just to like see. Just
my
open
favorite
up the
is because
bag.
Like they didn't have CGI back then, right?
So like the claymation,
the TV scene. That's a great scene. The TV scene though, where like the hand comes out of the TV and it's like Roger Rabbit cartoonish, but it's still super entertaining. It was a good movie, man.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great scenes in that movie.
You know who was like the icing on the cake was the little medium that came in, and she was just calling shots. I loved her.
The old lady.
Yeah,
I haven't finished it.
Clean.
I got to the point to where she's there. They realize that the daughter's been sucked into the TV room or whatever. They're trying to find where the portal is to get in, and then I kind of passed out, so I'm going to finish it maybe tonight or the next day. But I was thoroughly entertained.
I like when the black guy said...
Again, you give a fuck about all the people in the movie. Yeah. You care about the family. You care about the mom and dad. They have personality.
You empathize with these people. You want them to be okay. You feel bad for these people. Yeah. I like when the black guy's setting up the camera, and he's like, one time, he's like... we had a little toy car, a little Hot Wheel. He's like, and it moved 1/8 of an inch over 7 hours.
He's like, I have it on a timeless
and he's
camera.
Like, yeah, and he's like sitting there like, yeah. And then he puts the chair down, it's like, wham, and throws it, yeah.
Dude, remember when you open the door?
There's all the things all going on,
like,
yeah. It's like, yeah, that's really scary. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I thought that movie was going to be like a cheap thrills movie, but it actually has heart and soul. It's an interesting movie.
You know who Spielberg, whose career he ruined for good? That's why you don't see this chick anymore. He ruined Megan Fox's career.
How?
So, like,
I'm pretty sure Megan Fox ruined Megan Fox's
Well, no, dude,
career,
that chick was on it. Dude, she's doing Transformers. Like, that's why they didn't bring her back in the Transformers and stuff.
I heard they didn't bring her back because she was difficult to work with and basically a cunt.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the things that she said while being difficult to work with, she said that working for who's the director for it?
Spielberg?
No, for Transformers.
Michael Bay?
Michael Bay. Yeah, he always has like the lens flare and the Miami shit. Like he's good like that, She said working for Michael Bay is like working for Hitler. Like, could you imagine this chick that's making like $14 million for a movie going, he's like Hitler with me. You know what I mean? So Spielberg's obviously, he's good buddies with that and he's seen it. So he's like, I don't think this is okay. I didn't think you'd like that either.
Now he's Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. I don't think. He just like a noise. It's fucking crazy. No, I don't think you'd like that. Listen, we're dicks. What are you gonna do?
It's
you know what I
hilarious.
mean? What are we gonna say there? It's Spielberg.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, fucking with a guy like that has so much good. It's like, listen, he could either get upset with me and look and go, "Oh, this anti-Semitic prick," or he could go, "I'm sitting in a castle right now, and this asshole's talking about me." It's a good dude. It's a good thing. I assure you. Me fucking roasting him is a good thing.
It is. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He'll live.
It's words.
He'll be okay.
Oh, you know what? I saw something in the news. I wanted to get your opinion on this. This absolutely smoking hot, like, 10 teacher, was doing the ass thing to the kids. And
what ass thing?
Well, it was a
twerking?
Yeah, she was twerking with one of the kids, and the kids like going like this. You could tell it was actually good fun. You could tell she was hot. You know what I mean? Listen,
that's not good
fun. The kids graduated. Well, graduation.
That's grotesque.
Do you think it's bad?
Yes. Flat yes. I have really no other commentary. I think it's bad.
I'll be honest with you. I thought I was going to go a completely different way about
this. This culture is fucking trash, bro. Why do you think it's good?
All right. How about this? It's like I'm
not saying it's going to damage the kids and that's wrong. I'm saying that it's vile, vulgar, and disgusting. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying like
not even morality, not right and wrong, just ill.
Yeah, I've
have some decorum.
I've heard stories or seen movies or something like this, like where the teacher, like the hot teacher,
it was graduation,
gives a kiss on like the cheek to like one of the boys,
an innocent,
and stuff like
cute
that.
kiss where he gets flustered. And that puts her ass in his face.
Well, it's a different time. Listen,
it's a different time.
But dig this. It's like twerking. It's like it's thrown around so much now that I guess you forget that it's like supposed to simulate fucking.
That's
you know
what
I
it
mean?
is.
Gotcha. But I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe her argument is like, listen, I do Latin dancing. I'm on it. I do hip hop, and that's just something they do. I mean, listen, dirty. How about this? Dirty dancing. They wanted to outlaw because it's like, oh, you're just like, what are you, a whore? You dance like that? You dance like you're fucking the guy?
Did you know
I mean?
that when Elvis was famous, they used to cut the camera above his
waist
because he would move his hips?
Yes. So what I'm saying is like.
So I'm saying
dancing. Isn't supposed to be thought of in that way. It's supposed to be sexy. So it's like
it's supposed to be sexy, but can you not have class involved? What's the next thing? What comes after twerking?
I mean, pretty soon they're just gonna blowing the guy on the dance floor, right?
What if I just start walking across the dance floor and I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm just doing that shit?
Well, all right.
At what point is it too far?
At what point then? But I think like the ride it my pony, like they used to take their leg and they put him up and they would do this dance, like you know what I mean, like the groove or whatever. I'm just saying it's like dancing.
But that was in between a bunch of other choreography.
Sure. Okay. How about this? It's like you said with the Elvis thing, right? At one point that was too much. At one point this was. We've now seen that just dancing, it's not hurtful. You know what I mean? I think that the twerking is thrown around so much now that these kids, that's all they know what to do. That's all they know how to dance. So doing it with the teacher is like, oh my God, like you should see her. Listen, don't get me wrong, dude. This kid was probably hard as a rock when this chick.
There's no doubt, and she was doing it because of that.
Yes, because she knows how hot she
innocent.
is.
Exactly.
Okay. I still don't think that I still don't think that termination should have been the answer. I'm like, listen, you need to watch that, whatever. You know, I don't know.
I would have fired her, bro.
I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like I'm seeing female teachers. It used to be where a male teacher would have sex with some teenage student, and it was like I've always thought that was like. I've always had a soft heart for like the female teachers, and I know that's not good either because it is.
So now
it is.
I get what you're saying right now, but how does that apply to the twerking situation?
What I'm saying.
So
is,
if a dude was like rubbing his cock in a girl's face, it'd be bad.
It's how people dance now. So if she wasn't thinking about it like that, well, it doesn't have to be, but it just so happens it is. Everybody twerks out. What I'm saying is, if it wasn't the most common dance right now. I'm saying maybe I'm like, dude, like if the twerking was never invented, she's rubbing her ass against this kid's cock.
So you're saying that twerking is like the Macarena,
pretty much
for our time.
For now, yeah.
It's the common.
You don't think it's that? You do?
No, I don't think so.
Go to any club or anything like they're all doing that. It's all anybody's doing. So it's like like he was like dance with me, and she went in there.
Everyone
and it was a
is
sexy
doing
song.
That.
Yeah,
I think we should stop.
Okay,
we should stop doing that.
No, you know what? I'm glad we disagree on this. I honestly,
what's wrong with ballroom?
I really just two-stepping it everywhere. You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to be a two-step.
Yeah, I honestly, I thought me and you, we line up on a lot of things, and we're definitely not conservative, but we're also not going too far the other way neither.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see eye to eye on this one.
Our Lord and Savior.
Yeah. She needs Jesus.
So you think that it was like an appropriate?
Yeah, I think for right now.
I think an appropriate graduation response is to give like an inspirational future speech.
What if she? Yeah, sure. Okay, but
there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be good times and bad times, but you need to be resilient, work hard, try hard.
Hey,
she's just like,
what if she went like this?
Just in the background?
What if no twerking? What if she was still dirty dancing? What if she took her leg and took his hand and put it up and like carried it and was going like this? That's just as bad. Like I mean, basically,
I don't know how I feel like I'm being trapped.
No. You're not being trapped. I'm saying.
It's not just
as bad.
What
if she was dirty dancing with him but not twerking? You know what I mean? Like
Why?
any other dirty.
Why
yeah.
is this? Why is your teacher doing this?
I don't know.
It's a bad
he
role.
He asked her, so just in
so
general,
what?
don't do it.
She's supposed to be an authority figure and teach him like decorum and manners and things like
or
that.
she taught him something that
Yeah,
night.
she taught him a lot.
Yeah. How to get jizz out of your pants with club soda. And
He stalks her to this day. He's just outside of her window.
I'm telling you, you should have seen her. I absolutely like.
Was she blonde?
No, she was a Latin teacher and like
Latin.
dude,
my
like
kryptonite.
stopping the room, like gorgeous.
I'm
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting all these little kids' dicks hard. Ew,
Yeah.
dude. It's
There's
gross.
hot teachers all over the place now.
Let's put it like this. Imagine that you wielded that type of power and you fully understood that you did.
Yeah.
And then you chose to do that.
Sure.
Is it innocent?
You know what? Yeah. How about this? Now that I'm thinking about it, and now that you're saying that, and I know that's exactly how she thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I know that all year she sees these little guys looking at her, and she and that really must drive her nuts. And at the end, she saw an opportunity and was just like you guys all ready to pop tonight? Fuck it, and just you know what I mean? Yeah. Because, dude, honestly, she must know. They all
She
they
has
all
to
must
know.
look at her like when they're walking. Like
She
fuck.
walks around in her day to day, and all men look at her this
Yeah.
way, let alone hormonal kids.
Dude.
10th graders?
Dude, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And I'm sorry, but anybody that takes that job, I'm telling you, if you look that good and she could do our job and make 3 times as much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the love of teaching. Okay, it's stupid.
yeah, my ass.
I'm telling you, I think that they probably have that type of mentality where they want to fuck a kid. Or a teenager, or a boy, or she just thinks that's hot, you know. And
I could see that.
yeah, and she's watching those kids come in.
Again,
and-
she's how old was she? If you had to guess, just ballpark.
28.
Yeah, she's fully aware of the womanly power that she has
Yeah.
at that age.
Yeah, absolutely.
100,000%.
Yeah, oh, she's not too young to not know. You know what
No.
I mean? Like, oh, what are you talking about? They just like me.
She does that on a fucking
That's
bar
cute.
table
They just
every
like
night
me.
after
Yeah,
teaching
yeah.
and just gets cheers and money thrown at her.
Dude, and she does, dude. And her colleagues, like the other teachers, we know what they look like. They're just sitting there, dude, and they're just looking at her like this. Yeah, my line, dude.
She's the only teacher that makes tips.
Dude, and the fucking gym teacher's just sitting there like, just watching it, and all the other like English, algebra, applied algebra, all of that,
Applied algebra.
social economics. They're all just sitting there like they fucking hate her, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
I love her. Yeah, I love her. That's it.
What's
I love
her name?
Now. Fucking Victoria.
Okay.
I don't know why that name comes to mind, but we
I
work with somebody
couldn't possibly imagine.
who literally looked like her.
You pulled it out of thin air.
Who pulled it?
Go ahead. Say it. no, go ahead and finish it. Hi, Victoria.
Yeah. She's fucking She's smoking, but that's what she kind of looked. She was like one of those ones, you know. Yeah. We went out one time to Victoria to get drinks at Parkway Tavern, and she had this little low cup orange top. Eggie, were you there that night? And I remember I was staring at her, and I'm like, God, it doesn't get much hotter than that. Like.
You've told me, by the way, you guys don't know this. He's told me this story. I'm not bullshitting. At work, at my house, before the show, now on the show, like 5 fucking times.
I'm gonna tell you again.
Victoria, if you own this orange top
Lose
on
it.
Billy's birthday, if you wear
Just
it,
give it to me, yeah, please. That'd be
Just
the
give it
nicest
to me.
thing. Oh, I mean, yeah,
I'll never
wear
wash
it.
it.
I mean, wear it,
just give it to me.
dude. I'm just.
He makes a Zorro mask out of it.
Dude, you know what's so funny? It's like you see somebody wearing the same uniform every day, and you know that this girl's pretty. When she walked in wearing this number, I'm like, holy
You've
shit.
literally told me about this so many times. It's hilarious.
It's stalker-esque now. It's
Oh my
too
God.
bad, dude. It's too bad, man. That's really fucking something.
So
Poor girl.
That poor girl. Oh, poor,
Oh, yeah, really,
smoking hot Victoria.
Yeah.
That poor thing.
You know what? I always said this. My sister was good looking, and I remember people are like, "Is that hard? Is that hard?" I'm like, I think it'd be a lot harder if she was like a dog, and everybody was making fun of her for that. Like, that's got to be hard. Like, I'm not gonna.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No,
I'm
that
not gonna
makes
say
sense.
that. That's got. It's easier. It's easier.
That
You
wouldn't
know
be
what I
hard for
mean?
me at all. I'd be like, yeah, my family has good genetics. I
Yeah.
don't want an ugly sister.
Yeah, and
But-
people would say that like, oh, and I'm like, dude, I'd rather that than them because you know what, like you got your group of boys and they're fucking vicious. Which I remember one of the worst things. My buddy
I can't
Anthony,
wait to hear this.
My buddy Anthony, his mom, his mom wore low cut.
Is this the mom that fucked all the kids?
No.
Okay.
She wore low cut hair and Coke bottle glasses, and she had a granny look. And I remember our buddy Brett told him one time. I remember he's like, your mom looks way older. He's like, your mom looks like your grandma.
That's way worse.
And you're teenagers, And I remember he put on this weird laugh, dude. And I remember I'm like, damn, that must have hurt, dude. Like, yeah, because you're looking at it like, fuck.
This is like my ugly ass mom.
God, I hope he doesn't.
That's why father left.
Yeah.
Maybe try a new hairstyle, mom.
Dude, and then we were talking about
she's
like
just doing her best,
emptying out the ashtray and stuff like that, like as kids. And then I remember his neighbor, because they all used to get drunk and they get all fucked up. And they were mean, just as mean. And I remember Big Ant from next door when that's why your mama looked like that. David's his dad. He's like, David got a dirty dick.
Damn.
Ah!
Oh, that's rough. Oh my God.
So there you go. But so what I'm trying to say is somebody telling me that
why do you always wear long sleeves? He's like, I cut myself.
Dude, yeah.
I gotta hide the scars.
That's what I'm saying. My point is like somebody telling me like, oh, it's hot or whatever. That was a whole lot easier. I've always said that. I'm like, dude, that shit always rolled right off me. It's like fucking good. Fuck it. You know what I mean? That's so much easier. So when you said like, oh, poor her, you're absolutely right. She, it's got to be fucking nice and easy to be like that.
Let's put it this way. I'm not saying that there's no plights of the hot girl, but would you trade it to be an ugly girl?
No, they wouldn't.
Would you trade it?
Here, Nick, don't ask them. Ask me. No, they wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Would you rather pay for all your drinks your whole life?
You're fucking right. You know what I mean?
It's expensive to be ugly.
Yeah, fucking right, dude. And you know what?
It's pricey.
My dad told me one time, he said, well, that's
I can't wait to hear this wisdom.
He said, well, that's why fat women are so strong, because nobody ever pulls over to change their tire.
I'm sorry. That's fucking hilarious.
So mean.
Oh, your dad. I wish I could have known your dad.
My sister
man.
said, "Did Nick ever meet Dad?" And I said, "No." I said he would have loved him. He would have loved him. I told you.
He reminds me of whenever you tell stories. It reminds me of my grandfather.
Yes.
All my family.
And your family. I'm telling you, like I know this is so funny to people out there, but it's like something as simple as a pastini. Like, you got to understand, we grew up, like, making that shit with eggs in the morning.
I thought it was normal.
Yeah, dude, I thought that. Dude, I'm telling you, ask anybody. They don't know what the fuck pastine is. Nobody thinks of little tiny stars
we
for,
used
like,
to call it pastina.
Pastina, yeah. I don't know. Listen.
A pastini.
Pastini.
Your dad's a gangster.
Yeah, he was great. He was fucking wonderful,
You have
man.
to change their own tires.
You know what he wasn't, dude? Honestly, he was a great man. He wasn't a good father. I love him, but I know that.
But you always tell me he was the best dad ever.
Yeah. He was.
That's interesting.
He was the best for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what
Perfect.
I mean? Yeah.
No,
he was perfect for me.
No challenge there.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But honestly, like I wish that they would have got a little more in depth with finances and living right.
Life skills.
Yes, absolutely.
Character skills and all that.
I mean, I told you his story. I mean, he's been on the streets his whole life. So it's like, by the
what's he supposed to do?
Yeah, like all he knew was that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like he didn't know how to live. He knew how to survive. It was a big difference. Big difference. Like balancing a checkbook and doing this and stuff like that. Every time he had a good job, he would just steal from it. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like for real, like that's all he worked for the comedy store.
It's a good job, but do you know what could make it better?
Yeah. He worked for Mitzi Shore. And at this point, he got in good with. He worked for the Arsenio Hall show when Farrakhan came in, got down. He started doing door work for.
Do you want
Mitzi
to tell
Shore.
Who Mitzi is?
Yeah, Mitzi Shore is Pauly Shore's mom. She owns the comedy club. That is the most coveted club in the comedy industry.
She's a legend in the comedy world. Yeah, people know who she is.
There are still legends that go there to work on material because they know that's the place to do it at.
Mitzi.
Yeah. The greatest to ever do it. That was it. You go in there, there's like 4 different rooms. They got who's the Marx, or who's the guy with the cigar?
No, Karl Marx.
Not
That's
Karl
an
Marx.
economist. The Marx Brothers, you talking about?
The dude with the cigar. We always say it. His joke book.
Oh, Richard Belzer.
Yeah, no. There's
Are you sure?
The one who looks like Hitler.
Charlie Chaplin?
Not Charlie Chaplin. Then go a little further out. He has the cigar and the curly hair that goes this way. He's like, nah.
I'm
telling you, yes, he's an old comic.
You talking about the Marx Brothers?
Nah. Well, listen. Anyways, there's
What
a
the
picture.
fuck?
Yeah, there's a picture of him right when you come on. I'll show you afterwards. There's a picture of him right when you come through the wall. Like these guys were all there. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it was a big deal. You know, her and her husband ran it for like ever. They're Jewish, so they knew all these Jewish comics that were bringing it. It was like a big deal. You know, my dad robbed that till as soon as he possibly could, and that's what brought us out to Utah.
No shit.
Yeah, and then from Utah he robbed David's turn.
Utah was not ready for your father.
They-
Of all the places on earth that they could go.
Dude, I'm telling you, he linked up with one black guy and they did so much crime. It was Robert Parker. He used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs.
First and last name.
Yeah, and my dad used to, he played for the Chiefs. Like if you look him up, he was like old school. And my dad used this big ass black dude for like muscle, and they would do horrible
Are you
shit.
serious?
So then we had to leave there, and then when we came to Vegas, and then honestly, it was to the point where it was like my mom got a good job, and he was still fucking off long into adulthood. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like we were just going to pick up and leave again. But anytime that from New York to Los Angeles to Utah to here, it was like just like, well, we're not doing this again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he just kind of stayed fucking. So that's why he did a lot of time out here. That's why he did. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, as a son, he was great. I mean, I'd sit there and wait for him to get out because he was great. My mom was a bit of a pushover. I'll tell you one more. I'm just like about it. My mom was a bit of a pushover, and my sister's boyfriend moved in with us when my sister was 14, and her boyfriend, but my sister was threatening to move out and stuff like that. So my mom was like, I don't know what to do. Your father's not here. Like, I'm kidding. So I remember my dad got out and he came over in the middle of the night, and I remember. Her boyfriend was kind of like gangster, and he kept telling me, he's like, man, fuck your dad up. I'm like, dude,
Good luck.
I'm like, this guy's in a gang, like, dude, like, because at that point I start like, doubting it because I like this guy too, you know what I mean? He's like, man, he didn't want to see me, but he's doing all this gangster shit. And my dad got out. My dad broke the back lock for our sliding door, and he got in. And I heard my sister screaming. She's like, go do something, and he went, Bill. And he screamed all tough. And I just remember her footsteps running. And I remember my dad came and knocked him out cold. Ice him.
One shot?
One shot him.
Oh, he got one piece.
Yeah, my dad was like an old boxer.
Yeah,
like,
he was a beast.
Yeah, he was a monster. Iced him. And then a little bit later, he brought him out, and that was done. And that was the last we ever saw him. And so he came home and like cleaned shit up. Does that make sense?
I love your dad.
And life was a little bit better at that point.
I love your dad.
Yeah, like when he was good, he was good.
He's
when he
a
was bad,
gangster.
he was real bad.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that everybody?
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Boom! There you go. He did a lot of good. So that's all. Sorry if I'm going off on a tangent.
No,
here, but
it's our
yeah,
show.
You know
Fuck
what
it.
I mean? Yeah,
It's good.
exactly. Well, we didn't have any shit. You know what I mean? Like the fucking
Dude, we're
source.
good, man.
Yeah.
We just like doing this. That's why we're here.
Either that or you guys want to hear about Jada fucking Pinkett again.
This
dude.
isn't a job to us. We
No.
enjoy this.
God, no. Yeah.
I hope you do enjoy it too. That's it.
Exactly. But that's honestly what I got. You tell me, brother. Anything
good?
else? We're good.
You want to do it?
I say we call it, but what we do want to tell you guys is this: we're still doing 2 episodes, but we got a lot. We're sitting on top of a lot of content right now. We do want to catch up on this and cut these things up and stuff like that. So we're gonna bring it out to you for the next week. By Friday,
We'll do
get
another
back
full
on
episode
track
on
here and
Friday.
start doing.
I'm sitting on
episodes.
3
Yeah.
full episodes that I haven't cut yet. Again, it's just
Yeah.
me and him that do everything.
Exactly.
And we also have full-time jobs.
Mainly him too. So yeah,
We
and
do a
that's
lot of work, man.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So we wanted to bring you one tonight and give you a new one. Again, I'll chop clips up, whatever. And also, if you guys have any topics you want us to talk about or anything that you would like to hear us say or whatever, just put it in the comments. Be part of the show. We want to engage you guys as well. But that being said, do you want to cut it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ready?
Ready.
All right. Always remember, have your conversations, not their conversations. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your community. Until next time, let's be good people. God bless and peace.
Was that good?
I
Did I
loved
go
it.
off on too? Was I going off on that for too long?
I actually enjoyed it, man.
Okay, it was okay. Okay, you
I
gotcha.
enjoyed it.
Thank you. I didn't, I didn't, I was doing that. How long did we get?
Like 40.
Beautiful.